All right, this is lesson 5.4, point-slope form. You will learn to write and graph linear equations using point-slope form. This is a new form of a line. It's easier to use in a lot of cases. So, quick review. All right, point-slope form of an equation of a non-vertical line with slope m and through the point x sub 1, y sub 1 is y minus y sub 1 equals the slope times the quantity x minus x sub 1. In the above, what does x sub 1, y sub 1 represent? Any point on the graph of the equation. And what does m represent? M represents the slope of the graph of the equation. So here's how it works. To write an equation in point-slope form, we need to identify a point and the slope. And here we're given the point, and here we're given the slope. And we're going to let that 1 be x sub 1, and negative 4 be y sub 1, and that's 3. And so we're going to write the original formula, which is y minus y sub 1 equals the slope times the quantity x minus x sub 1. So we're going to start by writing the point-slope formula. And then we are going to substitute values in, and we're going to substitute for y sub 1, negative 4. So we get y minus negative 4 is equal to, for m we're going to substitute 3. For x sub 1 we're going to substitute 1. And we substituted there. And then we're just going to simplify. Y minus negative 4 is the same as y plus 4. And this side we're going to leave the same. And that is written in point-slope form. All right, go ahead and you try it. Pause if you'd like. Check back for the answer. All right, we can also graph an equation using this point-slope form. So here we have a graph. And from this equation, we can remember that this is the form y minus y sub 1 is equal to the slope times x minus x sub 1. And so we're going to write the equation in that form. So we need subtraction, and adding 3 is the same as subtracting negative 3. And the slope is negative 2. And then x minus 2 puts us in that form. So our slope is negative 2. And our point, x sub 1, y sub 1, is 2 and negative 3. Now, to graph that, I can just plot that point to negative 3, which is right there. And then I can use my slope to find another. Now, a slope of negative 2, we can think of that is, if we think of it as a rise and run, as down 2 for every 1 we go to the right. So down 2, 1 to the right. So from here, if I go down 2, 1 to the right, I can put a point right that. Should be right there. There we go. And then I could do more points if I wanted to. There'd be a point there, and then just draw a line through those points. And that's our graph. All right, go ahead, you try it. Pause if you'd like. All right, what is the equation in point slope form of the line shown below? We want to put it in point slope form. We need to find the slope. So we really need a y value, and we need a slope, and we need an x value. Now for my y value and my x value, I can pick either point that I want. I'm going to pick 4, 4. So I'm going to say my x sub 1, y sub 1 that I'm going to use is 4, 4. All right, now I just have to find the slope. The slope is, take any two y coordinates and subtract them. Take the x coordinates and subtract them. And to do that, I'm going to have 4 minus 1 over 4 minus negative 2, which is 3 over 6, which is 1 half. And now I can just substitute my x sub 1, my y sub 1, and my slope into the formula, and I get y minus 4 is equal to 1 half times 1 x minus 4. And that's all there is to it. All right, table shows the amount of time Julio works and his total wages. What equation in slope-intercept form gives Julio's wages at any time? What does the slope and the y-intercept represent? Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to show that once you have an equation in point-slope form, you can easily convert it to slope-intercept form. So, first thing we want is a slope, and to find a slope, we can take any two y values, subtract them, any two x values, and then divide them, and that's the slope. So I'm going to take 210 minus 130, and 10 minus 5, and that gives me 80 divided by 5, which is 16 for my slope. Then for a point, I'm just going to pick one point, and I'm going to take the first one, which is 5, 130. So my x sub 1 is 5, and my y sub 1 is 130. Then I'm going to use the point slope form and write the equation. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to the slope times x minus x sub 1. And then we wanted it in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is just y equals something times x. plus something. To get it in slope-intercept form, all we have to do is simplify this. So using the distributive property, I have 16 times x minus 16 times 5. And then I'm going to use the addition property of equality and add 130 to both sides. And I get y is equal to 16x plus 40. All right. Go ahead, you try it. Pause if you want. See if you can do it. All right, do the lesson check, and we should be good. So I'm just going to pick any equation to show that this works, and you can pick a different one if you want. And then I'm going to use the distributive property. I'm going to add 5 to both sides, and now it's in slope-intercept form. So can any equation point-slope form also be written in slope-intercept form? Sure enough. All right, that's the lesson. See you tomorrow.